But okay, so how, like, there's always kind of this decision to be made as a band is like, do you want to do your own shows or your own tours where you headline and you make the bulk of the money, and but then, you know, you're not necessarily getting out to like a new audience versus like you're opening for a band like Marilyn Manson, you're getting your like a shitload of new eyeballs on you, but you're probably not making as much money. Like, which one do you feel like is more beneficial at this point?
We've kind of been talking about this recently because we've been doing the headline shows now for a minute with like just a couple support tours, but we're kind of thinking recently
going
like
for legacy.
Yeah, we want to create a legacy with this. We want to be in front of everyone. We want the name to be everywhere. The mask, the idea. We want it to be like everywhere.
That
you know?
actually was my like goal. Like fucking, you know, like show, like bring this deathcore and metal music from underground, bringing it to the pop. You know, to the audience, to the like, you know, all of this shit, and it's kind of happening right now.
Yeah, I mean, even this. That's why it's so cool to be on No Jumper. Actually, it's fucking awesome because it's
I appreciate this.
Oh yeah, hey, my pleasure.
And to be fair, I'm a big fan. I've been on the Reddit for a bit. It's,
oh my god,
it's a wild place there. I don't spend too much time there, but it's pretty wild.
Wow, that's sick.
Yeah,
hell yeah. Okay, but yeah, where did the mask come from? Like, where did that idea come from? Because that's a huge part of like you guys' income and shit like that now, right?
Yeah. So it was my idea, and I was working on the gym. I was like doing this fucking protein shakes and all this stuff, you know. And I had a lot of free time doing nothing, you know. And I started to think, I want to wear the fucking mask or costume or whatever on the stage because I want to do it like unique way. It's not unique, you know, like Slipknot does this shit, Mushroom Head, and all of these bands, you know. But I want to like create this fucking image, you know. And I told Jack, what do you think about this? He said like, this is fucking cringe and bullshit.
Yeah, I was completely wrong. I was like, no fucking way.
For a lot of people it's cringe. For a lot of people I am cringe. I don't give a shit, you know. I like take this attention. This is all I need, you know. Some people talking shit about me, never in my face, you know, never in real life, but a lot of people talking shit about internet. I don't give a damn. I'm chasing for the good energy, for my audience who will give me respect and attention and like maybe critical but normal, you know, like adequate, you know, one.
That's why I think it's lucky that you're Russian, because I think to an American audience, it's like we brutally judge each other. But to us, a Russian guy, we almost feel like it's not our business to, like, we can't fully judge you. So like you're kind of able,
shit in Russia.
You're able to be this like really extreme dude. Where if you were from Florida, it would like remind us as Americans too much of ourselves, and maybe it would be like easier to hate. Whereas you being Russian, it's like you're a fucking alien, so you can do all this crazy shit, and we're like, he's Russian. He's crazy, man. Like it's none of my business.
Yeah,
I'm like
true.
that.
I never thought about that, actually.
I thought about this.
Really?
Yeah. I analyzed it. But anyway, it's good for me, I guess. I'm liking it. But like, yeah, I was working on this gym, and I start to like draw in this mask, and I like sent this sketch to the guys who make this plastic mask and all this stuff, and they made it. I start to wear it on the stage in the fucking videos, and people start to ask me like, "You gonna sell it or what?" I was like, "Good business idea."
Actually, it's the best thing. One of the best things as well for the band, because it's like immediately when we walk on stage. Yeah, and there's a kind of like mysterious thing to it, you know. Like we're not hidden with our identities like some bands were before, but as soon as we come on stage, it's like straight there, you know. We're at a festival, people don't know us, it's like got the attention straight away,
right?
You know,
I know a lot of. Sorry.
Well, I was just gonna say, I think that the mask is smart because I interviewed Gwar, and they have these like giant rubber suits, and they're sweating in it, and they're getting infections. Like, they just listed off all these things that sucked about the fucking suits.
Paying the price.
This is a lot more reasonable, all things considered.
Yeah, I'm never gonna complain about the mask again.
Yeah, me seeing Gwar put that shit on and off, and just realizing that they've been doing that every day for like 20 years or 30 years, whatever it is, I was just like, holy fuck, that's a level of dedication that average band just doesn't have to deal with.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
But about this mask, actually, a lot of people like saying this is satanic shit because it has horns and all this stuff. Actually, I do believe in God. I'm not religious at all, you know. I respect all religions, but I'm believing God, and for me, Satan, how people think about Satan and stuff, it doesn't exist. And God for me is just my personal stuff, you know. I cannot explain it to you or whatever. But anyway, like,
can you grab the door?
this mask has horns, this mask has evil eyes and all this shit. It's just because metal music, we're not thinking about fucking butterflies, love and all this shit. We're thinking about fucking brutal stuff, you know? And like in general, if you has the fucking horns, brutal teeth.
Sorry.
You're good.
Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, and it's just fucking brutal, you know? Devil's shit and satanics and evil is just all about this, but it's not actually fucking satanic.
Right. Yeah, because I was thinking that, like, a lot of my rap guests, if I were to have that hanging on the wall, that is all I would fucking hear. Is just people saying, like, oh my God, like, it's fucking satanic, you're a devil worshiper.
I understand.
I try to explain to people, be like, listen, like, I have a burning church tattooed on my arm, not because I want to see a fucking church burn down, but just because I'm kind of like attracted to this imagery, and it's kind of like how other people like to watch horror movies. I'm like trying to explain the metal thing. It's like these dudes aren't necessarily like evil. They're just attracted to these themes and tropes.
Yeah. Like the vocalist from Slayer, Tom Araya, he's like strict Catholic.
Yeah.
And singing about, obviously, Satan and stuff, you know.
And knowing that, then I listen to Slayer and I'm like, oh, these are like cautionary tales. Like this is not promoting this. But the average person might not necessarily grasp that.
Exactly like a horror movie. Like, you know, but no one thinks the director's actually into this shit, that whatever they're making, you know.
It's just art.
Yeah, it's art, yeah.
It's all about art.
Yeah. Definitely. So those are a pretty like significant source of revenue for you guys. Like, do you have to go on the road with just boxes and boxes of like hundreds and hundreds of these masks?
No.
Or is it all mail order?
We're making this in Russia and we ship it worldwide.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay. Yeah. One thing you guys were talking about earlier is how there's like kind of shame in the metal world in terms of like making money or creating like a real business for yourselves. But I feel like you guys are super honest about the fact that you want to be huge, and then like you talking about how you love cars and like, you know, just like basically not being shy about acknowledging that you have things that you like to spend a bunch of money on. Does that kind of put you at odds with certain parts of the scene, or like how do you think about that?
I don't care actually. I am who I am. I'm real, you know. If you don't like me, okay. It's kind of sad, maybe for my business, maybe for my music and audience. I will not play the games, you know. And that's it.
Yeah, I mean, but for example, one thing I noticed in hip hop or rap is like you can basically share people's stuff for money, right? Like they'll be like, hey, like send me $50 and I'll repost your stuff.
Yeah.
If that happened in metal, the first dude to do that, it will be chaos.
Yes.
Like you selling out, you poser, you know. Just little things like that. I think that in the culture they're like, hey, you're playing metal, you should be poor or you should be struggling, you know, because I guess it kind of stems from like working class kind of music and stuff. But I think it starts to change a little bit, you know. I mean, no one wants to see their favorite band be broke as well, like in general, because, you know, if you're making some money, you can do things better. We can do better live shows, better production, better like albums and everything, you know, in general.
I appreciate we earn fucking money right now, but I actually realize maybe tomorrow or whatever, whenever, you know, I can lose all my shit. And I'm ready for this shit. I don't fucking care, you know.
Right.
I'm just start to like earn some money again, you know. I start to try it at least, you know.
Definitely.